In Willow Creek, shy 16-year-old Mia Thompson hides from vicious bullies, plotting to make her a human piñata at a cruel birthday bash. But her dad, a tough-as-nails cop, has a SWAT team ready to unleash justice. The night will explode, and no one will forget it. Please subscribe to our channel for more thrilling stories that grip you from start to finish. Mia Thompson was a shadow in Willow Creek, Pennsylvania, a small town where football reigned and secrets simmered. At 16, she drifted through Lincoln High School's halls, her chestnut hair veiling hazel eyes that avoided contact. Her thrift store, hoodies and worn sneakers marked her as an outsider in a place obsessed with status. Nicknamed Mouse since 7th grade when she froze during a class presentation, Mia was an easy target. By her junior year, the nickname was a curse, and the bullying it fueled had grown from taunts to calculated cruelty. Mia thought she could stay invisible, but in Willow Creek, no one escaped notice for long. The ringleader was Courtney Blake, a cheerleader whose beauty masked a venomous streak. Courtney ruled Lincoln High with a smile that could charm or cut. Her enforcers, Jake Harmon and Tyler Reed, were football linemen, their broad frames and loud laughs intimidating anyone in their path. The trio had tormented Mia since freshman year, starting with petty pranks stripping her in the halls, mocking her clothes, scrawling Mouse on her locker. Lately, their attacks had darkened. In early October, Courtney accidentally dumped soda on Mia's sketchbook, ruining a dragon drawing she'd spent weeks on. Jake smirked, saying Mouse needs a wash, while Tyler filmed it, his phone always ready to capture her shame. Mia stayed silent, believing resistance would only make it worse. Mia's refuge was her sketchbook, tattered leather journal where she drew fantastical worlds of warriors and dragons. In those pages, she was a heroine, fearless and fierce. In reality, her voice was a whisper, barely audible even in class. Her true haven was home, a small house on Oak Street where she lived with her dad, Ethan Thompson. Ethan was a detective with the Willow Creek Police Department, single father who'd raised Mia since her mom Karen left when Mia was 5. Ethan was solid, his kind eyes and steady presence a comfort. He'd seen the town's underbelly drug, busts, thefts, a hit and run last year, but at home, he was dad. Cooking spaghetti and praising Mia's art. Over dinner, he'd say, "Your drawings are going to take you far, kiddo." Mia never told him about the bullying. She didn't want to burden him, not when he worked long hours to keep Willow Creek safe. She thought she could handle it. She was wrong. It was mid-October. And homecoming week electrified Lincoln High. Blue and gold streamers adorned the halls, and the air smelled of fall. It was a week of pep rallies and parties. For Mia, it was a gauntlet and a rainy Tuesday. She hid in the girls' bathroom, avoiding Courtney's crew, when she overheard their voices. "Tyler's 17th birthday is Friday," Courtney said, her tone sharp with glee. "We're throwing a party at the Miller barn. And Mouse is our entertainment." Mia's heart stopped as Courtney continued. "We'll make her a piñata. Blindfold her, spin her, let everyone swing. It'll be epic." Jake chuckled and Tyler added, "I'll record it. Viral gold." Their laughter faded as they left, but Mia stayed frozen, her pulse racing. A human piñata? It sounded insane. But Courtney's voice was cold, deliberate. This was real. The week dragged on. Mia's dread growing with every smirk from Courtney or snicker from Jake. She considered telling Ethan, but feared he'd storm the school, making her a bigger target. Instead, she tried to disappear, skipping lunch to sketch in the art room under Miss Carter's lenient eye. But the bullies were relentless. On Wednesday, Jake bumped her books to the floor, scattering her sketches. On Thursday, Tyler cornered her by the lockers, whispering, "Don't miss the party, Mouse. You're the star." That afternoon, Courtney stopped her in the hall, her smile predatory. "Wear something nice tomorrow," she said. "You're going to shine." Jake cracked his knuckles, and Tyler tossed a candy wrapper at her feet. Mia mumbled and fled, their laughter chasing her. That night, Mia sat in her room, sketching a warrior queen with a blazing sword. Her hands shook, her mind replaying Courtney's words. She heard Ethan's truck pull in and hid the drawing. At dinner, Ethan sensed her unease. "You okay, Mia?" he asked, passing the salad. She forced a smile. "Just tired." The lie stung, and Ethan's cop instincts flared, but he didn't press. He trusted her to confide in him. She couldn't. Friday arrived, cold and dreary. Mia's anxiety was a knot in her chest. She tried, faking a stomach ache to skip school, but a text from Courtney hit her phone. "Miss the party, and next week's worse. Be there." The words were a trap. The party was at the Miller barn, an abandoned shell on the town's edge, perfect for secret raves. Mia told Ethan she was going to a friend's to study, a lie that tasted bitter. Ethan hugged her, saying, "Call if you need me. I'm on duty tonight." Mia nodded, grabbing her backpack with her sketchbook inside. A talisman against fear. The barn glowed in the dusk, lit by string lights and a bonfire. Music blared, and kids milled around with red cups, their laughter sharp. Mia wore her best jeans and a faded hoodie, hoping to blend in. Courtney spotted her instantly. "Our girl's here," she called, pulling Mia into the crowd. The air smelled of beer and smoke, and Mia's heart pounded. A tarp-covered stage sat in the barn's center, ringed by hay bales. Her stomach dropped. Courtney handed her a blindfold, smiling. "It's a game. Trust us." Mia's instincts screamed to run, but Jake and Tyler flanked her, their grips firm. The crowd circled the stage, cheering as Courtney hyped them. The blindfold tightened, plunging Mia into darkness. Someone spun her, and she stumbled. Laughter roared. Courtney's voice rang out. "First hit!" A wooden stick struck Mia's ribs, pain flaring. She fell, gasping. Another blow hit her shoulder, then her back. The crowd cheered, and Mia's sketchbook fell, trampled. Tears stung, but she bit her lip, refusing to cry out. She was their piñata. Ethan, meanwhile, was uneasy. Mia's lie about studying didn't add up. Her only close friend Ellie had moved away last summer. He checked her phone's location, a tracker set up after a local teen vanished. When he saw the Miller barn, his gut twisted. He called his partner, Detective Sarah Vega, who confirmed a tip about an underage party. "Mia's there," Ethan said, his voice tight. "I'm going in." He rallied the Willow Creek SWAT team, a small but elite unit. Captain Ellis gave the nod. "If your kid's in trouble, we move fast." Ethan geared up, vest, badge. Pistol and joined the van, speeding toward the barn. His mind raced, replaying Mia's quiet struggles, her fading smiles. He'd suspected bullying, but hadn't pushed. Now he feared the worst. At the barn, Mia was on the ground, shielding, her head as B. Blows rained down. The blindfold slipped, showing Courtney's gleeful face, Jake swinging the stick, and Tyler filming. Her ribs ached, her sketchbook ruined. The crowd's cheers were a nightmare. Then, sirens wailed. Red and blue lights flooded the barn as SWAT vans roared in. Ethan burst in, shouting, "Police!" Hands up. Kids scattered, but the team was faster, rounding them up. Courtney froze, her cup falling. Jake dropped the stick. Tyler's phone hit the floor. Ethan ran to Mia, pulling off the blindfold. "I'm here," he said, lifting her into his arms. She sobbed, clinging to him. "I'm sorry, Dad." He checked her bruises, his rage simmering, but controlled. "You're safe now," he said, picking up her torn sketchbook. The SWAT team cuffed Courtney. Jake and Tyler ignoring their protests. Vega approached, holding Tyler's phone. "This is bad," she said. The footage showed Mia's attack, but there was more videos of other kids being humiliated, extorted for cash or silence. Courtney's crew had run a bullying ring for months, targeting loners like Mia. The piñata stunt was their cruelest act. Ethan's fury was cold, but he focused on justice. The first twist came at the station. A video revealed Courtney's older sister, Lauren, a 21-year-old bartender, had supplied the party's alcohol and knew about the piñata plan. Texts showed Lauren egging Courtney on, "Make mouse squeal." Ethan's team arrested Lauren. charging her with enabling a crime. The news shook Willow Creek, exposing a deeper rot. Asterisk, Mia recovered at home, her bruises fading, but her spirit fragile. Ethan stayed with her, cooking her favorite tacos and watching fantasy films. On Saturday, Mia confessed, "I didn't tell you because I thought I was weak." Ethan hugged her. "You're the strongest person I know." He vowed to fix this. Asterisk, the town was in chaos. Parents packed school board meetings, outraged. Principal was suspended after ignoring bullying complaints. Reporter Alex Kim broke the story in the Willow Creek Post, sparking a scandal. Mia's story, anonymous, inspired other victims to speak. Support group formed, led by Ms. Carter. Asterisk A. Second twist came when a classmate, Liam, posted Mia's sketchbook drawings online, snapped before the police took it. His caption, "Mouse is a hero," went viral. An art school in Philadelphia offered Mia a scholarship. Her dragons, once private, became a symbol of resilience. Mia was stunned, her shyness easing. Asterisk Courtney, Jake, Tyler, and Lauren faced charges. Assault, extortion, conspiracy. Mia testified, her voice steady, joined by other victims. The judge sentenced the teens to detention and Lauren to prison, with counseling mandated. The ruling shook the town, a warning to bullies. Asterisk, as the courtroom emptied. Mia lingered, watching the families of her tormentors file out, their faces a mix of shame and defiance. She felt a strange calm, a weight lifting from her chest. For years, she'd carried the label of Mouse, letting it define her as small, powerless. But standing there, having faced Courtney's cold stare and spoken her truth, Mia saw herself differently. She wasn't just a victim, she was a survivor, her voice a spark that had ignited change. The town's reaction was a whirlwind, parents. Whispered in the halls, some offering apologies, others avoiding her gaze. Kids who'd laughed at the barn now nodded to her in the halls. Their respect hard won. Miss Carter, the art teacher, approached her after the trial. Tears in her eyes admitting she'd failed to see the bullying. "You're braver than us." "All," she said, handing Mia a new sketchbook. At home, Mia opened it, her fingers tracing blank pages. She drew a dragon, its wings spread wide, not in flight, but in defiance, standing firm against a storm. That night she showed it to Ethan, who smiled, his pride fierce. Willow Creek was changing because of her, and so was she, the girl who'd. Hidden was stepping into the light, her art a testament to her strength, her story a beacon for others. She wasn't Mouse anymore, she was Mia, and she was enough. Asterisk Mia started an art club, Sketch Brave, for bullied kids. Her dragon drawing became a school mural. Ethan launched a police anti-bullying program, speaking at schools to share Mia's story with permission. By spring, Mia stood taller, accepting the scholarship. The bullies were gone, toppled by a shy girl and her dad's love. Asterisk a final twist came in June. At the art program, Mia met a comic artist, Rosa Mendez, who mentored her. Mia's warrior queen became a comic, Dragon's Blade, published locally. Its dedication read, "For Dad, my shield." Ethan framed it, tears in his eyes. Thanks for watching Mia's incredible story. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from: California, Texas, New York, or elsewhere. Stay tuned for more stories that inspire.